Assalamualaikum. Today we are going to be presenting to Sir TS Ahmad Kamarul Zaman Othman. We have been given a task which is subnetting and packet tracer. We are going to solve for group 3, which is 190.140.00/24. Our group members, first, me, Nur Aini Nabila binti Fauzi, 2018408518. Next, my next group member is Jasmine Edina binti Jeffrey, 2018434322. Nur Zahida Zahira binti Zulkifli, 201858956259 2018258956. Next, our leader, which is Muhammad Haikal Iqbal bin Zamri, 2018446598. And then last but not least, Muhammad Ainul Naim bin Sabri, 2018682564. We are going to be presenting now.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm Jasmine Edina. So today I'm about to show you how to do subnetting. First of all, we have subnet 1 that is suitable for human resources. For IP address, we have 190.140.0.0/24. To get host bit is log base 2 of 28 plus 2 equals to log base 2 of 30. But we can't use this log base to 30 because it will just give you decimal. So we change it to log base 2, 32, so it will equal to 5. For subnet bits, we have 8 minus 5 equals to 3 bits. So the 5 here is from the host bit. Here we have the binary numbers from the subnet 255.255.255.224. So how do we get the subnet mask is to add 24 and 3 from the subnet bits. That's how you get the subnet mask. So 24 plus 3 equals to 27. Next, on how to get wildcard is to convert 1 and 0. For example, if the binary number is 1, then we have to convert it to 0. I will do it until the end. So what happens next is to convert back the binary number into decimal number, so we get 0.0.0.31. Next, for the number of addresses, we have 2 power of 32 minus 27, which is the subnet mask. So it is equal to 2 power of 5 equals to 32 addresses. For number of hosts, we have also 2 power of 32 minus 27, but this time we have to minus 2 to get the number of hosts, so all we get is 30 hosts. Here is the first address, but to get the last address, we have to add the first address with a wildcard using AND operation. So that's how we get the last address. For the host IP address range, we have 190.140.0.1 until 190.140.0.30. And how to get default gateway is to take from the last address range. Next is subnet 2 and is suitable for ICT. The maximum numbers of computers and ports for ICT is 23. So to get the host bit is by log base 2, 23 from the number of ports, plus 2 equals to log 25, but we can't use this 25 because it will just turn into a decimal, and we don't want a decimal, we want a whole number, so we use log base 2, 32 equals to 5. For subnet bits, we have 8 minus 5, which is from the host bit, equals to 3 bits. So the subnet mask will be 32 minus 5 equals to 27. So since we already have the subnet mask, we should write it in binary numbers, and it will get the decimal numbers, which is 255.255.255.224. To get a wildcard is to convert the 1 and 0s from the binary numbers. Then we can convert it into decimals, and we get 0.0.0.31, just like subnet 1. As for the number of address, we have 2 power of 32 minus 27, which is the subnet mask, and we get 2 power of 5 equals to 32 addresses. Next, we have the number of hosts, 2 power of 32 minus 27 minus 2, so we get 30 hosts. And then we can get the first address, and to get the last address is to add the wildcard using the AND operation. So the host IP address range is from 190.140.0.31 until 190.140.0.62. For the default gateway is 190.140.0.2, which is from the last IP address range. Next we have subnet 3, and it's for operation. So for the host bit is log base 2, 14 is the number of ports, plus 2 equals to log base 2, 16, and it equals to 4. For subnet bits, we have 8 minus 4. 4 is from the host bit, so we have equals to 4. And then we can find the subnet mask, which is 32 minus 4 equals to 28. And the subnet mask here is 28. And after we get the subnet mask, we can write it in binary numbers and change it to decimal, and we get 255.255.255.240. And to get a wildcard is to convert 0 and 1 from the binary numbers of the IP address. So here we get 0.0.0.15. For the number of address, we have 2 power of 32 minus 28. 28 is from the subnet mask, equals to 2 power of 4, and equals to 16. So we have 16 addresses. To get the number of hosts in each subnet is 2 power of 32 minus 28 minus 2 equals to 2 power of 4 minus 2 equals to 14. So here we have 14 number of hosts in each subnet. Then we can find the first address and add with the wildcard to get the last address. And the host IP address range is 190.140.0.63 until 190.140.0.78. So for the default gateway is 190.140.7.08, which we take from the last address IP range. Now we have subnet number 4, and it is for marketing uses. The number of ports from the subnet 4 is 13. So to get the host bit is log base 2, 13 plus 2 equals to log base 2, 15, but we can't use this because it'll just turn into decimal numbers, so we will change it into log base 2, 16 equals to 4. Now we can find the subnet bits by 8 minus 4 equals to 4 bits. And then we can have the subnet mask, 32 minus 4 equals to 28. So now here we have the subnet mask of this IP address is 28. Next step is to change the subnet mask into binary numbers. So we have 28 ones and 4 zeros. And then we'll change it into decimal numbers to get 255.255.255.240. And then convert 1 and zeros so we can get the wildcard. So the wildcard here is 0.0.0.15. So to get the number of address is by 2 power of 32 minus 28 from the subnet mask equals to 2 power of 4, and the number of address we have here is 16. And then to get the number of hosts in each subnet, to use this formula, 2 power of 32 minus 28 minus 2, and we get 2 power of 4 minus 2 equals to 14. So there are 14 hosts in each subnet. So here's the first address, and to get the last address is to add the first address with wildcard by using AND operation, and then we can get the host IP address range, which is 190.140.0.79 until 190.140.0.94, and the default gateway is 190.140.0.94, which is from the last address range. Now we have subnet 5, that is for R&D. So the number of ports in subnet 5 is 9. So to get the host bit is by log base 2, 9 plus 2 equals to log base 2, 11, but we can't use that because it'll turn into decimals. So it is equal to log base 2 16 equals to 4. Then we can find the subnet bits. 8 minus 4 equals to 4, and then by that we can find the subnet mask. That is 32 minus 4 equals to 28. And we already have the subnet mask, then we can change it into binary numbers, which we will have 28 ones and 4 zeros. Next is to change the binary numbers into decimal numbers, and we get 255.255.255.240, and then we convert zeros and ones to get the wildcard, so we have 0.0.0.15. Find the number of address is 2 power of 32 minus 28, which is from subnet mask, equals to 2 power of 4, and then we have 16 addresses. Next up, the number of hosts in each subnet. So to get that is 2 power of 32 minus 28 minus 2 equals to 2 power of 4 minus 2, and we get 14 number of hosts in each subnet. Then we can get the first address and also the last address by adding the first address with the wildcard. Next, we can get the host IP range 190.140.0.111 until 190.140.0.126. The host IP address range is from the first address and the last address. Next is default gateway is 190.140.0.126, which we get from the last address range. Next is subnet 6 for branch office. The number of computers or ports we have for subnet 6 is 12, so to get the host bits is log base 2, 12 plus 2 equals to log base 2 14 equals to log base 2 16 equals to 4, so we can't use the 14 because we'll get decimal numbers. Instead, we will use 16. Then since we have the host bits, we can get the subnet bits. 8 minus 4 equals to 4, and next to get the subnet mask is 32 minus 4, and we get 28. So for subnet number 6, we have 28 subnet mask. Then we can change it into binary numbers, so this will also have 28 ones and 4 zeros. And then we can change it into decimals and also change the 1 and zeros, convert 1 and zeros to get the wildcard. Next is number of address. So the number of address here we have 16, and how to get that is 2 power of 32 minus 28 equals to 2 power of 4, and we get 16. So for the number of hosts in each subnet is 2 power of 32 minus 28 minus 2 equals to 2 power of 4 minus 2 equals to 14. So for subnet number 6, we have 14 hosts in each subnet. And then we can get the first address, which is 190.140.0.96, and add with the wildcard to get the last address, which is 190.140.0.111, and then only then we can get the host IP address range, which is 190.140.0.95 until 190.140.0.110. And we have default gateway, which we take from the last address range. So for subnet number 7 is for interrouter 1, and the number of ports we have for this subnet is 2. So to find the host bits is log base 2, 2 plus 2 equals to log base 2, 4 equals to 2. So we have 2 host bits over here. And next we can find the subnet bits, which is 8 minus 2, 8 minus host bits, and equals to 6. Then for the subnet mask, we have 32 minus 2 equals to 30. And then we can change it into binary numbers. So for binary numbers, we have 30 ones and 2 zeros. Then change it into decimal number, which we will get 255.255.255.252. And then convert the 1 and zeros, so we can get the wildcard, which will be 0.0.0.3 when we convert it into decimals. So for the number of address, we have 2 power of 32 minus 30, which is from the subnet mask, and we will get 2 power of 2, and it is equal to 4 addresses. So now we have 4 number of address. to get the number of hosts in each subnet is by 2 power of 32 minus 30 minus 2 equals to 2 power of 2, and then we will minus 2 equals to 2. So we have 2 hosts in each subnet in subnet 7. Then we can get the first address and last address. For the last address, we have to add first address with wildcard. So the host IP address range will be 190.140.0.127 until 190.140.130. And the default gateway, which we will take from the last address range, is 190.140.130. For the last subnet, we have subnet 8 for interrouter 2. And then we get the host bits. Log 2, 2 plus 2 equals to log 2, 4 equals to 2. So 2 is the number of hosts from the subnet 8. Then we can get the subnet bits, which is 8 minus 2 equals to 6. Next, we can get subnet mask, which is 32 minus 2 equals to 30. So we have the ones and 2 zeros here. And then we can change it into binaries. So after we change the binaries, we can get the wildcard by exchanging the ones and zeros. Next is to change all that into decimal numbers, which is we can get 255.255.255.252, and for the wildcard we have 0.0.0.3. So for number of address, we have 2 power of 32 minus 30 equals to 2 power of 2 equals to 4 address. So we have 4 addresses in subnet 8. So for the number of hosts in each subnet is 2 power of 32 minus 30 minus 2. So we have 2 power of 2 minus 2, and all we get is 2. So for subnet 8, the number of hosts in each subnet is 2. And then we can get the first address and also last address by adding the first address and wildcard. And then we can get the host IP address range, which is 190.140.0.1 until 190.140.0.30. And then we can get the default gateway, which is 190.140.0.30, which we take from the last address range. And that's it. And that's how you calculate the subnet address. Thank you for listening. Bye. Stay safe.
Okay, Assalamualaikum, and this is the physical view of the network in Packet Tracer for Ahmad Albak Company. So as you can see, we're using star topology for our project. So before we go through more about the physical view, I would like to explain a little about the advantage and disadvantage of star topology. So the topology for the advantage is each device has a dedicated point-to-point link only to a central controller. It's called hub. The devices are not directly linked to the one another. Star topology are not allowed direct traffic between devices. It's less expensive than other topology. In a star, each device needs only one link and one I/O port to connect it any number of others. It's easy to install and reconfigure. It's less cabling needed. And it's robust and easy for identifications and isolations. For the disadvantage of a star topology is the dependency of the whole topology on one single point, the hub. If the hubs go down, the whole system is dead. A star requires less cable, but each node must be linked to a central hub. For this, more cabling is required in a star topology. So let's take a look about to the packet tracer. This is the for the company Ahmad Albak company. So I will explain a bit. this switch, every switch is represent a company, department, for department, sorry. So the first switch is represent for human resources department. Next is ICT operations, marketing, R&D, and branch officer. So after we configure all every device, we'll test the connectivity between device. So let's test. So let's try to ping. We try to ping PC0 to PC1. So let's take a look the IP. So 190.140.0.2. So type, yeah, 190.2. Enter. When this out, that's mean it's successful. The network is working. So let's try with others PC. We try from PC2, from PC2 to PC3. Let's include IP 190.140.9.0.4. Sorry. Dot zero dot four. Enter. It's successful and working. So let's try with another others department. So try this. We'll try to ping from PC8 to PC10. So take a look at the IP 190.140.0.67. 67 and enter. Well, it's successful. Let's try. Let's retry with this PC 13 to PC 15. Let's see the IP 190.140.0.84. Also successful. So there is a problem which is a few error that we can't solve, which is we try to send um, from PC different department to another department. So a few error just like this. Try to send to PC0 to PC4. It's fail. Also try to send to router, also fail. That's a few error that we can't solve. The only thing that we successful is configure everything and uh, try to test with the same LAN, which is same department. When the same department, the all the computer can send to each other. It's successful, but when you try to send to another department, it's got some error. That's all for our groups. Thank you.